We got another options play because it's earnings season, like I've been saying, and we got Meta coming out with earnings tomorrow. I'm looking to do puts. I'm going to make sure that everything that I find on the internet and inside this little computer box lines up with my philosophy and my thinking and my theories. So let's dig into today's video and see what's going to happen with Meta tomorrow. Also, Microsoft has earnings coming out today. I don't know when this video is going to be published. It's going to be published the same day as Microsoft, but I will be doing a Microsoft update video of my reaction when these earnings come out and whether I'm eating ramen noodles or a ribeye steak. That video is coming as well. Stay tuned for that. But back on to Meta, because it's earnings week. I need to make some money. All right, so here's my general layout. Disclaimer first, this is a trade I'm doing not for anyone else to follow and replicate, as options are very risky. If my pick is wrong, I will lose my entire investment. This is not financial advice and not recommended. I'm going to lose all my money. I'll be able to pull my pockets inside out and nothing will fall out unless I'm right. And then I'll have a lot of money in there, and if it falls out, I will be mugged and robbed. Okay, anyway, so Meta Options Deep Dive begins. Earnings come out on April 27th, tomorrow, after market close. So this is just default from Microsoft. We're going to change those and fill those in. Let's dig right in. So first things first, here's an article I found. Meta earnings could be another dud. Because if we look at the charts on Facebook, they're in bad shape. They're in real bad shape. Okay, last earnings over here, they fell down 25%, and they continued to fall as of today, 44%. But just from the earnings drop, 27%. And let's see how bad they got beat. Only 4%. So the estimate was 384. They reported 367. Revenue beat. So Facebook can be a big money payer, a big money maker. A lot of money to be made. Let's see a positive one. Earnings beat here. Let's see. A little gap up. A little 8% gap up. Now, these 8% moves, this 25% move, this translates into a lot of money when it goes to options, which is why I'm doing calls and put options during earnings. I'm buying it before the earnings, and I'm selling after the earnings. Simple as that. Sometimes I buy them a little premature, and they get a little beat up, Microsoft, but that's okay. Because earnings, it don't matter. It's going to go through the roof, or it's going to get zeroed out. All right, so yeah, we do see also over here, a little pop, over here, another jump and then sell off. So Facebook does have some good swings, maybe even better swings than Microsoft. So we're going to see how this plays out tomorrow. Let's continue on the deep dive. Back to the article. Brutal earnings, we just went over that. There are some things I wanted to go over in here. That their last earnings, Q4 earnings, the resulting stock slide wiped away $251 billion in market value. Zuckerberg, he's almost living on the street. That's a lot of money. Thus far in 2022, Facebook has seen slowing growth and a $10 billion hit from privacy changes by Apple's iOS operating system. Apple ain't letting ads track you anymore. So that's really taken a big toll on Facebook. Now, one bullish thing about Facebook is they did fall right to this really nice trend line here. Actually, let me see. No, they actually got some more way to come down. 169. What trend line was I looking at? Maybe this one? Ah, it was that one. Yeah, they fell below the trend line I was looking at. So they're falling down probably to 166. If they hit 166 today, which is not likely, they're going to probably head up. But I think Facebook has more downside. Nothing really good is going for Facebook. They got the Oculus, which is good. They changed the name to Meta. They're trying to switch, pivot positions in the sectors that they're in because no one uses Facebook. So that's that article. Let's ditch that. Earnings. Let's look at previous earnings and see how future earnings are going to look based on that. So we don't know how they're going to do if we don't know how they did. Okay, so earnings previously beat, Q4 miss. And they only missed by a hair. Now, this is one of the reasons why I think Facebook is going to be bullish, is because they've really lowered their estimates. So in Q4, they give an outlook, a timeline, or how they think the future is going to go as far as earnings, and they really lowered expectations from this hit from Apple. Now, that's a bad thing and a good thing. A bad thing is people sell off because they're like, oh, the company's not going to do great in the future. The good thing is it's super cheap now. So their estimates are very low. So even if they have a slightly worse a quarter, it's still way higher than their estimate. So I think that this is a reason why they're bullish. Let's put that on here. Low estimate means better chances of a beat. Not a beat. Okay, so that's bullish. The put pro would be less revs, less revenues, because of them being hit by Apple and ad problems and such. Now, I do have Robinhood Gold, which is only $5 a month, and you get to see what their analysts think, and they think fair value estimate is $400. Now, this is a bullish sentiment, but Robinhood, who's writing these things? Is it a 16-year-old kid, or is it a seasoned 40-year-old or 60-year-old salt and pepper hair dude? I don't know. But what I do know is they're saying 400 value. Are they trying to wipe people out that go long? I don't know. You got to take it with a grain of salt. Bulls say with more users and usage time than any other social network, Facebook being the biggest social network, they're expecting it to continue growing online. Meta's ad revenue per user is growing. Let's look at some bears. Meta is currently a one-trick pony. True. Despite rapid growth, many of Meta's customers may also belong to other social networks. Yes, more competition, TikTok and Snapchat and other places. Regulations could emerge that limit the application and collection of users' data. Yes, I do see this with Elon buying Twitter, things becoming more open source and maybe decentralized. That will affect Facebook unless he makes that move and makes it a little more decentralized and open. People are fighting back finally about this. So bullish and bearish scenarios there. I think that's a tie on that front. Meta news. We do have some news that just came out 3 days ago. They now have a Meta store, Facebook. They're doing retail now. What I got here? Takeaways. On May 9th, we're opening the Meta store, retail space to discover Portal, Ray-Ban stories, and Quest 2. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Retail store. I'm going to add that on here. This is bullish. Retail store. Okay. We've also added a shop tab to meta.com. Let's take a look at meta.com. I haven't looked at this. Making it easier to shop all our hardware products. What we build, who we are, our auctions, shop. Let's see what we got. Meta Quest, TV 10 Go Plus. Okay. Let's see what a Meta TV is. Meta Portal TV. See more of everyone on your biggest screen. Group calling, watch together. Make video calls from any TV in your home. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'd have to do a deep dive on the product. Can't do that now because I might be bleeding out after the Microsoft call gets wrecked. Hopefully it doesn't. All right, that's interesting. Now what I want to look at, I always like to look at, is what do other people think? What do other investors think as far as options go? Are they doing calls or are they doing puts? So I pull up the put-call ratios and I see. I like to look at open interest. So the next option would be April 29th, same as Microsoft. Put volume today is through the roof, almost more than double call volume. Open interest is weighing on puts slightly, 123 to 116 for April 29th. So puts are slightly winning. Now, to the average Joe, they might say, oh, well, puts, it's guaranteed then. I'm going to do puts. Well, no, because market movers like to see this. When the majority of people are on puts, they don't want to give away free money, so they'll make you pay even though it should go down, and they'll make calls outperform and wreck the puts because there's less people making money on calls. They don't want everyone to become rich. That's how market movers work. All right, so we have a put ratio that's in favor, so we're going to put that on the put side. More puts being bought. All right, so we're tied right now. I'm honestly a little torn at the moment. Facebook analyst research, based on 35 analysts, the consensus is a strong buy from all these analysts with an analyst average rating of 309, and we're at 180. So 309 at 180 would send us up 72%, closing the gap. Analysts think it's going up. All right, so we got a lot of calls on this one. Let's look at the possible scenarios in options and see what we could play with here. So April 29th puts, I would be looking at, because I don't want to spend $1,000. If I'm wrong, it's going to get wrecked. Now, I only want to spend a couple $100. That's what I'm okay with losing. And if we do sell off, let me close this tab. If we do sell off and the puts do win, we could see a sell-off down to about 166 on the safe end. If it goes below that, I think that'd be hard to do. So 166 would be on the safe end. So we're looking at, I'd say 165. We're looking at $480 for a put. It would have been cheaper yesterday, $365. So that doesn't mean I'm going to buy it today because I want a discount. Just like Microsoft, when I was doing the video, it was $280. I ended up buying it for $190. I saved. So that's a little bit of the downside of doing these videos is I'm not going to just buy the puts just because I'm doing the video right now. I want to get the best price. So if you want to see when I actually execute it and get that best price, you got to be in my Discord, and that is a paid service. You got to pay for Retire Young Pro just to get that. But I'm still going to tell you in this video what my plan is. And my plan is to get the best price, waiting for these markets to go down a little bit more. Because puts are up 30% today. So I would like, if I'm doing puts, I look at the spike, buy it, and then it dumps. So I'm looking at the 165s, and right now it's at 480. So I'm just going to write that down. All right, puts, 165 put, and that's, yeah, I think it was a 5% move. And that's currently 480. 480 per contract right now. Now, if we do a call and Facebook pulls something out of their hat because, like I said, the estimates were low and it's going to be easy to beat, then we could do a nice pop. Probably, let me see how they usually pop. It will probably be a nice recovery. So that's a good number to grab from. Yeah, back above this trend line. So 10% will put us around 197. So calls 197, around the same price, 490 for 197.50. So 197.50, 495 right now. Now I'm not gonna get that price. I don't want that price. I want to wait till we get a nice little pop and I can buy it when the contracts are cheaper. All right, so we have our possible options here, calls or puts. I do think that Facebook is going to beat personally. We have more call pros, and one of my favorites is that their estimates are so low. They really dropped their projections and their outlook for the future, which is going to help them if they have a bad quarter, but they're above estimates. Calls are going up, so we might be getting a little bounce right now. But hopefully I could get it much cheaper. Maybe I get it for 400. We'll see. We need a nice spike on the day to get these cheaper. I might even have to push it out a bit and go 202.50 maybe. We'll see. But I'll definitely be buying a call, and maybe I'll change that, but I'm leaning more towards call because of that low estimate. So that's it for today's video on Facebook. Again, if you want to see what happens, the turnout of this, I'm going to be posting the live results of how Facebook turns out and how my options look after the turnout, what I do. That will all be posted on this channel. Hit the subscribe if you want to see the results of this, and also Microsoft results, and I will also be doing an Apple earnings deep dive and option. So click the subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumb up if you like these type of videos, and don't forget, when you hit that subscribe, it's going to get you a little bit closer to retiring young.